So, right. So I have a question for everybody, right? Like,
Talk to me.
so, you know, I know y'all younger generation, we don't older generation, right? So we're probably gonna have different, or we might have the same. It's shit, and that'll be a beautiful thing, right? But what was the biggest lesson that life had taught y'all as of yet?
Yeah.
Right? Because let's just say as of yet.
Shit, man.
The biggest life lesson
Right?
life has taught me was just like involving myself with like people that just get into problems. Like they make like it just happens to be that if your friend gets into a problem, then it becomes your problem too. So it's like just mind your business and just stay away from that friend or anything, and like just know, cause you feel me. Whatever they getting into is gonna be your problem too at the end of the day.
I dig that.
Yeah, then like that's just like a big life lesson.
You're gonna inherit it and all that. Like,
Yeah, like it's just a big life lesson because now something could happen to you. Meanwhile, it was off like your whoever you was close with, like problem, and it's like it's not fair. Like it's kind of not fair to you. And at the end of the day, like that was like probably the biggest life lesson for me.
I mean, mine.
why? But hold on, be real quick. Like, why? Like, why do you feel that it's one of those big life lessons? Like, did you go
Yeah,
through
'cause it's
something
like-
that like you felt like, yo, I should not even been in this situation?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel-
Because
yeah.
of
Like also like with the mind your business part, like I feel like you just gotta mind your business because like my problem was like growing up and everything is like you just want to be involved with like with all like with what all your friends do and everything, and it's like if they got a problem, like you feel like entitled, like nah, yeah, I gotta be a part of this too because you my mans and everything, like you trying to ride out for each other to the end and everything, and it's like you just put yourself in a deeper hole, like trying to like defend them and everything, and you just gotta mind your business, like just let them handle it probably like in a different way.
I would like to feed off on him because like with my lessons in life I learned was to be humble and grateful.
okay,
Yeah, I like because I've been through some shit where I humbled myself and realized like, you know what?
Yeah, it humbles you too. Like
Let me just chill because I know this situation right here, it could be worse.
Yep.
But let me just slow down. Like, for example, like there was a point where I was almost homeless,
Really?
and yeah, of course. And me thinking when I was young that I would never get like this because I'm going to always have money in my pocket. But it's not the fact of having money in your pocket. It's about actually having enough of it to live. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. That was my thing. So when I went through that, I humbled myself and I said, you know what? Where I'm at right now, I'm good. I'm gonna just take it as it is. So the people like shout out to my moms and my in-laws, they let my family, live with them. And I was good. I was grateful that happened, which made me build where I'm at right now with my own apartment. And even though I had my apartment for a long time, but there was always that gap where I didn't. And I was homeless, you know what I'm saying? So where my life lesson, I really took back that second and reflected where I'm like, I'm humbled that I went through this.
So now I asked, right, like, that situation though, what made you feel at that point like damn, this was the lesson. Now I will never go through this ever again. Because at the end of the day, like, you had to, yes, you was homeless, right? But you had to actually say or reflect on something to say, yo, this is what caused me to be in this situation. I'm never gonna be this again. Let me do what I need to do to not ever be in this situation, right? Like,
it wasn't like a situation where I couldn't make it happen. It was just tough to make it happen. Like I couldn't find the apartment at the time, or it was tough. People were asking for too much, or I didn't have the funds, or it was just too much for bear.
so you couldn't make it happen.
I couldn't
period.
basically make it happen. So at the end of the day, I had to sacrifice and live without a place over my head and depend on somebody else, which really sucks. You know what I'm saying? But you take that in as a gratefulness, where I felt good about it. You know what I'm saying? So my life lessons was basically to be humbled and grateful for where I'm at right now.
So you saying that would it reflect on the sense to say, I would never be in this situation because I will always be prepared.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Yes. I will always, because I always told
understand?
myself, because when I was in the down rough, right, I told myself.
Because at the end of the day, like, sorry thing, but it's like we put ourselves in these situations because we're not prepared.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So when we go through these things, like, all right, fuck. Now,
no, and then,
you know what I'm saying?
And then I always looked at it like this, right? Thank God where I'm at right now, right? Because before I looked at it like, if God gave me this, he knew I can handle this. So therefore, if I can handle this, many things will come. So therefore, that's when I was like, you know what? At the time, I couldn't handle the apartment right now. So y'all, I was like, you know what? Let me keep going. And therefore, he's seen that, you know what? You can handle this apartment. Let me just give it to you right now. And he gave it to me at the moment that I needed it.
That's a good perspective too.
You know what I'm saying? So now that he knew that I can handle that situation, I handled it. But I had to be grateful for the situations that I went through to get to where I was at.
Always, yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's how I was actually really humbled and grateful for where I was at in life. So those lessons are really, really, really worth it.
Well, Bobby.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Unfortunately, you know what's crazy here after hearing all that? I don't think I yet to reach my greatest lesson. Like I think I went through a couple lessons that taught me things, but like.
Well, I say as of yet, you know what I'm saying? Let's make that clear as of yet, because y'all still young and y'all still gonna experience a lot of things, which we still gonna experience a lot of things, and we might feel like shit. Maybe 5 years from now, we might experience the biggest lesson in our lives, right? Yeah. But as of yet, what will be the biggest lesson you've learned that life have taught you in your as you age now?
Treat women better.
Okay.
And love tenderly.
Really? Why you say that?
Because allegedly I had tendencies of like.
Is it allegedly?
Allegedly, I don't know. I don't say those things.
Allegedly.
But yeah, like I was toxic maybe, you know, tendencies of being toxic and stuff like that. But I realized that like I kind of like these girls. I just didn't communicate or like didn't like do the things accordingly. I was kind of doing things my way. I'm very hard-headed, so yeah, that's probably my biggest lesson. Treat women.
What made you realize that?
Oh, because they're God's greatest creation.
Okay.
But you just all of a sudden woke up and said, "Oh, they're God's greatest."
Nah, I started.
Like, hey,
I started like just like realizing, like, feel me, like how they can make a man surrender. Like, you know, like it's just crazy.
Let's get to the origin though. Like what made you like you felt like that because whatever reason you felt like that.
I went through a situation where I didn't treat
let's talk about it, bro.
A female right.
So it backfired on you, like it made you feel some type of way, you know, like
at first it made me feel like confused. I was like, damn, like I thought I was doing the right things. But then I started realizing when you like sit down with yourself and really center yourself. Shout out to Pop for that. I just started realizing, like, damn, maybe I might be a dick. So
I like that.
No, listen, I know because I ask these questions, right? Because you know, sometimes we gotta get deep into like these situations because we're not the only one that goes through these things. You understand?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, because I agree with him. A woman without women, man. We honestly, women right now, if they really, they can control the world, man. They can say, you know what? Let's all get together and say we're not having no more kids. They can stop.
Hey, I'm with that.
Making right there. Women can say,
I'm sorry right now. Me at my age, I'm with that.
It's true.
But hey, this is why God made Eve to accompany Adam, right?
Seen what Eve did.
Hey, listen,
yo,
that
bullshit.
I mean, hey, listen.
Wait. I thought,
but this is why there's negative and positive in the world.
That was just a warning.
I thought it was Eve first.
Was
Never.
it?
Never.
It was
No.
Eve first.
I think it was Eve first.
Man was made.
They didn't make a
by his rib.
By his rib.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all wilding right now,
after
bro.
that he did.
I'm not spiritual or anything, but shit.
He did put a. Cause that's
He
why
did
it's called
put what?
female. Cause it's for like.
From the male.
Think about it. Now it's from the male.
Okay.
Female.
Right. So
they got male and they.
Right. So he made Adam and
so
Adam and they took a rib out of him and made the female.
Right,
Like,
right.
That's why it's called female though.
What's your biggest life lesson?
Mine's shit. I think we go through life lessons every fucking day, bro. Like,
see, I'm on that. Bro.
I feel like
every
we
day's
do
a
it, bro.
lesson.
Every day. Listen, I'm the age I'm at. I'm 39, but it's like.
But wait,
damn.
Right, when you say that, right?
Kevin.
No. When you say that, all right. When you say that, right? you learn a lesson every day. All right. Now, or there's a lesson that life teaches you every day. Now, do you learn from the lesson and keep going, or you just like
sometimes I don't, and it could be in anything. Maybe
Feel
relationships. I guess
I'm totally rolling with him right now.
I get screamed at maybe all the time because I we speak about things, I do things, and I don't learn from them.
I
and
get what you were saying because I feel like
you know what I'm saying.
Like sometimes we be taking things for granted. Sometimes
we
you know what?
We
You know,
definitely
wait.
do.
All right,
We definitely
can
do.
I talk about something now?
Go ahead,
like,
yeah.
all right. I feel like sometimes the reason why we don't like learn from our mistake when it comes to the opposite gender, and like I said, I love y'all. Y'all the God's greatest creation. Maybe we're not worried about those things. Like we're worried about like surviving, actually surviving, and like getting a job and paying the bills.
But that's a man's
and all
tendency,
this.
though.
Yeah, but this is
we have to do that.
This is going back to what I said earlier, that the mentality of us looking at getting a bag and being good for ourselves as a
is way more important.
Is way more important than a female will be, because it will be, yo, okay,
situate yourself first.
Yeah, we good. Now we could take care of a family. Yeah. We don't need nothing. We got it. A woman doing that same shit is independent.
And they don't have to, because
they don't have to take care of a family.
Why we do all that stuff is for them. It's
which
for
is
them
fine.
to pick the winner at
which
the
is
end of
fine.
the day.
And which is fine, perfectly. But just the perspective of looking at it, a female and a male got two different perspectives on when they get in the bag. For sure.
And how they get it.
And how they get it. Hey, different conversation there. But yeah, we learn something every day. Like, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like, so my biggest thing, is, let's say, for example, right? Like, us trying to start a business, right? Me trying to start a business or trying to do something for myself that is gonna put me to my family situation better, whatever, just to elevate and build something, right? For me and my family, right? Cool. So when it comes to support, we feel like everybody around us is gonna be supportive to us, and we're just gonna elevate, and we're gonna get to where we want to get to, right? So my biggest thing on that life lesson was that is not true.
So there you go.
That is not true. It's not gonna happen. Let me explain to y'all that.
I knew there was something somewhere in there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, because it is not true, and I want y'all to understand that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You understand? Like, there's nothing wrong with people around you not literally, because it is what it is, right? So it will fuck with me. It will fuck with me to be like, yo, like, damn, bro, like, really, bro? Like this, that, and third, I would feel like it had to be at 100 on support on steroids. That they had to be every. But then you start understanding, when you do start doing things, you start understanding, like, yo.
You feel like you mastered that already?
I don't.
Or you a work in progress?
I'm a work in progress. I'm gonna always say that. I'm a work in progress, because I don't think we master anything, because
you're still learning.
Yeah, I could agree with you.
You're always still learning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's why I asked that,
like,
to see it.
Yeah, no, which is dope.
Yeah,
like,
I could agree with you on that, because even like old people, like they even be saying it themselves. Like they be like, oh, like even I'm at the age, like they be like 70 or 80, and they be like, yo, even if I'm at this age, I still don't know everything.
Yeah,
or like how
that's
they say,
true.
like people just never know everything and anything, and it's like, it's crazy, because I feel like life is just like a whole big life lesson.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you're going through, like you're gonna learn something throughout life. Like also how when I said like you take things for granted, like you got people that's telling you around you and everything, like, yo, don't do this, don't do that, but it's like you still gonna try it because you're curious, right?
Yeah,
you still gonna try it. So like it's like once you do that and something bad like happens and everything, now that's a lesson. Like you know how they say, oh, like don't touch like a hot stove or something.
Yeah.
Or like don't put your hand in the fire because you're gonna get burned. It's kind of something like that. Like people was telling you like, yo,
Literally.
don't touch it, but you're so curious, like you're gonna want to touch it, and that's like.
I mean, that's like
a
saying,
lesson, like, at the end of the day.
don't push the button.
Yeah,
You want to push the button because you want to know.
They
the
told you,
outcome.
they told you don't
pushing
push
that
it, but now
fucking
you want to be like, yo, I'm pushing it.
Because you want to know the outcome. I mean, everybody's like that.
And then once you found the outcome, it's like, I finally learned, like, I don't do that shit. Like,
But then again, you ask yourself, was it really worth it?
yeah.
All right. Listen, we back.
And
Sorry,
we're back.
we had to cut it off real quick. You know,
Sorry.
little bathroom break real quick. You know, sitting here taking these drinks.
It niggas ain't trying to get UTI up in this bitch.
It gets you going. It gets you going. But we was in the
in the midst of saying life lessons and stuff.
Life
Like that. I think I was
lessons,
picking up on something, but
I ain't gonna lie.
urine.
he
Since
clearly forgot. So let's go move on to your man
but
right here. Like,
just to add on to like the life lessons and stuff. Like one thing that like I would like to learn though, because a lesson is that you learn something. So I would really like to learn to like have that stability, like that confidence in myself to know I have the stability to create like a family. Because at the end of the day, whatever you believe in, the objective in life is to just reproduce and die. That's literally the scientific proof. Is we reproduce and die.
yeah, keep your traits going. Keep your fucking lifeline going.
Yo, speaking of that,
bloodline.
Speaking of that, because I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and they was talking about how Nick Cannon is bugging for having so many kids and everything.
Nah, but he's leading that
And it's
though.
like,
You
and
can
it's
learn from
like,
Nick Cannon.
and it's like exactly like, like not
He
to
building
say,
an army though.
but to me it's like, yo, is what I'm saying though. Like you want that last name, like Cannon. Like he for me, he's building the whole family and everything.
Oh,
so
you know,
it's
I
like
never thought
now,
about
like
it like
after
that.
generation after generation.
He is
after
right though, for
generation,
sure.
like,
I never thought about it.
I wouldn't go
That's
that.
tough.
it's gonna be a big family.
I wouldn't go
bro.
that deep
A
though.
big
Me
Cannon
personally,
family.
I'm not having. How many? He got like 12, right?
But
Yeah,
can you blame
12.
him?
He's going
12,
on
run 12, right? Going
Like,
on 12.
he's
I don't blame him. He got money, bro. Like, hey,
Yeah, I was about
do
to
you,
say
Nick?
that.
Like,
But scientifically, he mastered life though, because it's just to reproduce.
he listen.
Literally.
He clearly
Not
did because he still got bread. He ain't broke. It doesn't seem like he's broke, right?
Yeah,
So,
the
There's
objective,
generational
like-
wealth there, bro.
you know what I'm saying? And he's building whatever
That's
business.
what I'm saying. And
Shout
it's
out to
like-
Nick, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And
Sniper.
it's like if one of his kids,
Sniper.
if one of his kids grow up to be somebody too,
His
just
shit
like
is too
him,
strong.
it's
Pause.
over.
Pros. Yeah, his shit is wild,
Literally,
crazy.
though.
But yeah, but
Nah,
no,
I
but
feel
you're
you
right
though
though.
with
It's
that.
true though.
Yeah.
So nah, but
Yeah,
listen,
I like to find this ability to learn this ability to eventually make my own. I always say I'm gonna have kids when I'm 40 because it's like I'm scared to have it now.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think anybody's ever ready to have kids.
I really like that. I like
Ever,
that.
ever,
That's true.
It's
ever,
such an experience that you will never
Ever.
know. Yeah.
ever. It's like it has to happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen. Like it's just not. It's
I
not
feel
one of the
like-
I'm ready now. I'm ready. No, you never had. You're not ready.
I just want to see how that little nigga gonna look.
It's like kids. It's like
You
kids.
see how?
like
You see how? Like, I produce.
Nah, he look like Mom Dukes though.
You like mom? You gotta stop, bro. You better chill out.
It's a mixture with y'all, but he look like Mom Dukes.
Well, he came out of me.
Little one,
He
the
came out
little
of we
one-
though. He came
the
out of
little
me
one-
though.
Nah, the little one, your twin though. The
But
little
the
one,
little
your
one,
twin.
she definitely is.
That's
She
twin. Yeah,
definitely
that's
is.
twin.
It's
She
like-
definitely is for sure.
It's like kids could be a life lesson though too, like because it's like
can be.
financially, alright, cool. You could probably financially be able to raise a kid and everything, but it's like at the same time, you want to make sure you don't tell them like the wrong thing though, cause you feel me? Cause at the same time when they growing up and when they little, it's like you don't want to tell them the wrong thing, cause they're a sponge at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like,
That is
Yeah.
very true.
you're gonna tell them something and it's like, alright, they really gonna listen to you. So
Yeah,
you
'cause,
don't want to make sure what you telling them is right.
I like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because
Well, that's true.
our voice is our kid's inner voice.
Yep. And
Remember what I said that? You hear that, right? Let me say it again. Our voice is our kid's inner voice.
Besides just voice, though, I think action really plays a
course.
big, not as big, but maybe.
Well,
like, I don't know.
what they say is it's like when, and this we had it one of the early episodes that we was like, action speak better than words, or maybe I might have just posted on thing. I don't know, but just to even go into it, it's like we tell our kids like don't do what I do what I say,
You could
Yeah.
say that.
right? But yet actions speak better than words. Why is it a contradiction?
or lead by example.
Or
Like,
lead
you
by
gotta
example. It's a contradiction to say this and say that.
contradict the world.
Yeah, but we gotta stop that though. We gotta stop on that sense of saying, "Oh, don't do what I do what I say." No, fuck that. It's not do what I do what I say. How about you lead by example and you show them that that's not what you do.
But to cut them some slack, like how you say, you never know the experience that you're going through, like and how it happened and all that stuff like that. You just literally thrown into, especially these female. That's why I say they're the strongest people in the world.
When they have kids,
Yeah.
you're right. It's you get thrown to the
Now,
wolves.
because it's like the situation could be anything. Like it could be not all situation is a lovey matter. Feel me?
No.
Like
No, it's
sometimes you have kids that like unexpected and stuff like that. So it's like you just thrown in there. You don't know what you're doing and stuff like that. You got to figure it out on your own. Sometimes the dad leave and stuff like that. Like
I mean,
it'd be crazy.
there is levels to those things, but again, like you at that point, you're really not prepared.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Right,
think
yeah,
it's like to
you're not
piggyback what you
prepared,
said. I don't
yeah.
think nobody could be prepared.
You never prepare, so it's just when
Not
it
at
comes,
all.
it comes, and you deal with it at that point.
Basically.
And again, this is why you get put in predicaments that you might not be comfortable getting put in, but
For sure.
you have to figure it out, right? You got to figure it out when your back is against the wall. It is what it is. So when we have kids, it's just like, okay, what I'm gonna do now? You gonna question yourself, what I'm gonna do now? You better start doing. Start doing whatever the fuck it is. Start
something,
doing
yeah, productively though.
productively, right? Because it's coming. It's coming. If you choose to have it, it's coming. Simple.
What was your biggest life lesson?
I said it before. Like
Every day, every
Oh,
day.
yeah,
thing.
every day is like
Yeah.
every day is life left. Life
What was
lesson.
yours? Did you say yours?
Yeah, I said what was mine.
Not either. Yeah.
everybody said that.
Every day is a life lesson. It's just you learn and you live. I said I always get screamed at,
Yeah.
right? For everything, you know what I'm saying? I'll get screamed at shit. But We hard headed. We hard headed, bro.
That's like all right,
Feel you.
before-
We hard headed, bro. Like we human. We always learning. So if we sit up here saying something, it's because we either experienced it or we going through it and we living life as it comes and as it goes. Right? It is what it is.
I'm saying, don't touch that pot.
Don't touch that
hot.
pot.
Don't
You know
touch
what I'm
that
saying?
pot. It might be hot.
But you might but really, in all reality, you might have to touch that pot
Yo,
just to
no,
understand
let's talk
what
about
it is.
No,
You
because
feel me?
of
Like,
like-
yourself
like,
up to what could be.
you might have to go through that life lesson to understand. Okay, I'm definitely not gonna touch that pot next time.
Yeah.
I was just about to say a story too about something that I seen earlier. Where in the desert, right? There was a bull and there was a bird, right? So now the bird is telling the bull, "Look,
Okay.
I wanna fly up to the sky." No, listen to me.
I'm
Listen
saying
to me.
that. Johnny's just looking at me.
Listen
Johnny's
to
just
me though.
looking
Listen
at
to
me.
me. Listen to me.
Yo, he's a closed-minded man. He's a closed-minded
No,
man.
I'm
listen,
listening. I'm
listen.
listening.
I'm rolling with you. I'm
gang.
rolling with you. He's just man closed-minded gonna give me a face because you fucking talking about a
First
bird
of all,
and a
I
bull.
didn't,
But it's
I didn't give
it's
you a
gonna
face. You
relate
looked
to
at
you.
me like waiting for me to be like, yo.
But it's gonna relate to what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
all right. So what I'm saying is there was a bull and a bird, right? The bird is telling the bull
In the
"Look,"
desert?
or in the forest, wherever you want to take it. You use your imagination.
It's about the philosophy about the story.
So now,
I'm
so
sorry.
now, so
I'm
now,
listening.
look. So now, right? The bird's telling the bull, "Look, I remember I used to fly up to the top and get all I needed up there, but I can't do that no more because I don't have enough food." So the bull's telling him, "All right, look, I eat a lot of nutrients, so why don't you eat off my shit? My shit."
Nah, it shouldn't even
Listen
sound
to me
right.
though.
You
Listen to
come
me.
Nah, I wanna know what's the
Listen to
point
me.
now. I wanna know.
Alright,
Listen
I
to
got
me.
you.
Listen
I
to
wanna
me
know
though.
what's the
Listen
story,
to
what's the
me.
meaning
So
behind
now,
it.
right? So now the bird is like, really? Like, I don't want to do that shit. He's like, no, I'm telling you, you're gonna grow big and strong, and maybe you might be able to fly all the way to
Or
the
like the
top.
bird to eat everything the bull's eating?
To eat the shit that he.
Or the shit that he's shitting out?
Yeah. So now listen. So now the bull's telling him, now
I hear
you
what you-
eat that, now you might get strong because birds
That's
do
crazy,
eat.
bro.
They do eat feces, right or wrong.
Birds eat
They eat
I-
worms.
the
They eat
birds.
worms, and the worms come from the.
I've-
You can use feces.
I
as
don't
soil.
know. You can.
Yeah.
But I've never seen
All
a
right, so
bird
now,
literally eat
in the
off
desert,
feces.
in the desert,
they
right?
pick the worms.
They pick the worms.
Okay,
so
cool.
now, or whatever's in the
Seeds.
feces.
I didn't know
So
that.
now, right, the bird's eating off the feces. So now he starts to fly up. Oh shit! He goes to the middle of the tree, comes back down, flies up all the way to the highest of the tree. Next thing you know, pop! Bird gets shot down. Lesson to this whole shit is never fucking feed the bullshit that every people give you to shoot up to the sky to where you need to be at. That's the
Great
lesson
rap.
learned.
That's a great rap.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, whatever bullshit that you feed, that other people feed you, don't make that make you motivate yourself to be where you need to be.
I feel you now.
You know what I'm saying?
But god damn,
No,
what
no, no,
the
it's a
roller
crazy
coaster
philosophy.
this
No,
nigga took us
that's
to.
I like
exactly
that
what I'm
philosophy right
saying.
there. I like that philosophy right there because that also comes down to like how they trying to feed us with the
We in the
yeah,
Matrix.
just get a 9 to 5, just work your whole life and then just retire and then you die.
There you go.
Whoa.
What's
They
next?
trying to feed us that.
Talk
like,
about it.
What's
so it's
next?
Like they want us to stay comfortable in life
Mm-hmm.
and just stay with that 9 to 5.
And that goes into our next shit is, working on something that, for yourself, when you have a 9 to 5 because you're trying to get away from that 9 to 5,
Yeah.
right? So going back to what things, everybody trying. Well, let me not say everybody because not everybody is definitely trying to get away from 9 to 5, but a lot of us are, and it's a difficult task.
But
to,
my question is though, you're working on yourself after the 9 to 5 or before the 9 to 5?
Some people think that working a 9 to 5 is working for themselves, and I'm just throwing that out there. Not saying that I agree.
It could be, and it could be. There's people got different perspectives on how they want to say it,
Depends.
how they want to look at it.
Yeah, it depends on like how you use your time because at the same time, like say like wow, like depending on what your job is and what you do, you could be at work, also working towards like what you what your goal is.
Yeah.
So now using your time wisely and everything, and you just working your way towards your goal while you working. Like,
But how easy is working a 9 to, and these are for people that are trying to like build something for themselves, right? Build something for their family, build something more bigger than them, right? And while they have a 9 to 5, them working towards that at the same time,
Yeah.
right? So, question is like,
Depends
how
what
hard
you're
is it?
achieving.
How
What are you trying to?
but
what
whatever,
trying to achieve?
but whatever you want to achieve, right? Whatever you're trying to achieve, you have to have some time to achieve it, right?
Yeah.
Right. But if you have a time frame that is being taken up from you, which is the 9 to 5,
Yeah.
how do you work around that to build on your own stuff.
And
Time
that's why
management.
I asked the question.
You know what I'm
now,
saying? Like-
now, that's why I asked that question. When do you actually work
And
on
how
yourself?
hard is it? How easy and how hard is it?
When do you actually work on yourself? Is it before the 9 to 5 or after the
When
9
you
to 5?
determine
I mean,
how
does it
bad you
matter?
want it.
Does it really matter when or before?
But
Like
that's what I'm
before or
saying.
after? Like
That's what I'm
it
saying.
depends, and it matters when like depends like how bad you want it at the end of the day. Like when
Basically.
you realize that's how bad
How
I want
hungry
it,
you are.
you're gonna make time
right,
for anything.
right,
You're
right.
gonna make
At,
time for
at any
anything.
point, whether it's before, whether it's after.
Because at the end
Right,
of the
like-
day, you can't do it 9 to 5.
No. Well, when I say
whatever the
okay,
time
okay,
stamp
when I
says.
say 9 to
That's what I'm
5,
saying.
let's reiterate that, right? Like 9 to 5 meaning it's just the lamest term for
A job.
when you have a job.
Yeah.
Right? So 9 to 5, 12 to 8, 4
8
to
to
12.
8 to 4,
Whatever the
once a
time
week.
frame is, if you have a job is working towards your dream or your goal past that or around that time of your job.
I think people
right? So
have a tough time doing that. It's just not just because they don't know like how or when to fit it in. Some people don't know how to dream like and think of stuff. Like they just see a 9 to 5 and just see what the school teaches us. Like, oh, go to school, go to college, get a job, retire at 65. Like we could actually dream and do other stuff like besides that. So I don't think people are like really given the opportunity to actually dream and like to make it
the
feel
people
like
just lazy to just do those type
'Cause I
of
feel
things
like people
because
are
people
dreaming. They are dreaming.
people always dreaming, right? The thing is, dreaming becomes
you gotta go after it.
we gotta have
Yeah, you gotta
we gotta
go
have
after it.
actions behind it, right? It's like I always say, you know, and again, I got my own personal relationship with that man up there, so this is my opinion. I feel like pastors and all that extra stuff, we just motivated speakers, right? And I say that because
Oh, he's cracking the code.
no,
he's
no,
right.
and
No, he's speaking
and
facts.
I'm talking because
I'm rolling. Let's go.
no, because I feel like they're motivational speakers, bro. Because going to what you're saying, like, is you could dream it, but then where the action at, right? And I equal that to them is because they could speak all this, like, yeah, you could have faith, you could do this, you could do that. God got you, this and a third. They could talk all that, but then when you go home and you go, oh, yeah, I'm having faith, I'm having this, nothing is happening for you.
How strong is
right?
your faith?
It doesn't matter how strong is your
Doesn't
faith.
matter.
You can have the strongest faith possible, right?
But
But if
nothing
you don't
is
have no
happening.
action behind that faith,
Yeah.
nothing is happening.
I mean,
bro.
obviously nothing's just gonna.
But this is what I'm trying to say. But when I say he's a motivational speaker, is that motivational speakers get on stage and they motivate you to
Yeah.
want to do whatever you need to do, but it's on you for the action.
Oh, you think people get
They get
consumed
too
by
cons-
that?
they get
Yeah.
too
And
consumed
use that
by-
as, like as a safety net. Like, oh, one day if I just keep my faith,
if I can,
it will
it's gonna
happen.
It's not.
Okay.
Right? So this is why I say, yeah, you could get motivated, sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But where's the action behind that?
Okay.
You gotta
right?
put the work in.
You gotta put the work in.
Basically.
So with that said, it's like, you know, you can actually dream about it, but what are you doing to do something about it? So if you have a job and say, okay, 9 to 5, cool. I feel like I should have this. And also at the same time, even switching it, people feel entitled
Okay.
to things. When they say, I dream about this, I feel like I should have this. I'm a good person. I do this. I do. What are you doing towards that dream?
Nothing.
To make
Nothing.
Literally.
You
And
just
it's
having
like,
faith.
you know why? It's because they get so like caught up about like doing big moves that they don't realize like the literally the smallest moves. get
It's
you
all
to,
about
like, your bigger
it's
goal.
all about moving the needle. As long as if the needle's here and it goes,
That's it.
you fucking did something.
I read a good book called Atomic Habits, and in the first chapter it was really talking about how they fired like a German coach, like a bicycle coach for the Olympics and stuff, and they hired a new guy, and it literally he went to the basics of like a seat, the pedals, everything, like just
Of a bike?
of the bike, of like the way it's made, the way they're gonna ride it and stuff like that. So they went to the basic and they focused day by day by day, taking one day at a time until once they finally they came to that after probably like 4 years later or like around that time, I don't know. So like once they won the chip, they never lost for like 8 years in a
Because
row.
they mastered it.
Because they mastered it. That's what I'm saying. And it takes them some times, but they don't realize that 4 year
There you
led
go.
you to 8 years of greatness where
There
you
you-
dominated.
ooh, talk about it.
You dominated. You got
Talk
your
about
double
it.
your time back.
Talk
but you
about
just
it.
scared to put that 4 years because like, oh man, I did year one. I see nothing. Or I see six. And then thing is, you hear them outside noises. You like, yo, oh, they not doing this. Or like, you can do better. Like, oh, y'all just started. Y'all not getting no clout. Bro, like, what you doing? Like, what you doing towards your dream?
And the best thing is that this is from a young generation that's talking about this. You understand? Like,
I'm an old soul.
Which
joking.
no. Which is cool because guess what? People want to say like, oh, we young, we ignorant, we do this, like we don't understand. But guess what? When you have when you have the guidance of an older generation to say, yo, don't do this, this, and this, and this. This didn't work.
For sure.
And it might not work for us, and it might work for y'all. But looking at it as a positive way, let's make that clear, because y'all might think, oh, I make that as a broad thing. It's not. It's just in a positive way, right? Like, so when you see that, it's like, okay, you have the mentality. Yeah. Cool. It takes time.
It's the discipline that takes you through life and everything. If you don't have discipline, then you're not gonna make it through life.
You're not. No.
Because anybody could be talking the most like positive, like how to get through this and that, but it's like if you're not taking it into consideration, then what you really
that's
doing,
the action.
and what you really doing with the info that you getting. So it's like it's just discipline.
That's what I said in the very first episode.
That's the action, yeah.
Where in order for you to get that motivation, you have to consider the discipline that's gonna come with it.
Yeah.
And I kind of my fault.
Not like yeah.
Nah, yeah, but I kind of blame like social media too, because it's like back what you were saying, like how somebody could see somebody and feel entitled, like, oh, I feel like I should have this, and it's because like they don't see, like, everybody on social media want to make it like a good like their life is going great and everything, or like they just made it to the top if I don't do nothing. But behind the scenes of that, they really working towards their goal, and it's like now when other people sees it, they not seeing the work that you really put up behind the scenes. Yeah, they just seeing like the highlights and everything. So it's like that's when people start feeling like, oh,
which we need to stop that.
Yeah, and that's why it comes. They expect such.
We need to stop that too,
like achievements and stuff like that right away, because they just see the highlights. They don't know that person has to do little things to get connects and stuff like that and network. But
we definitely got to stop that. We got to stop that narrative. We got to stop that showing. Like, let's show our losses. You understand? Because we all humans. We all just don't fucking get up one day and say, and we're successful one day to another. It just doesn't happen, right? We all go through our losses. We all go through our trials and tribulations. It's normal, right? Totally so normal. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like always work towards your goal, work towards your dreams, because it never satisfaction of moving the needle from here to here is everything. It is everything. You understand?
Yeah.
So don't ever let that social media don't ever let social media consume you on saying, if I make a move, it has to be a drastic move, so it could be noticeable. It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't have to be.
That's what I'm saying. It's just all about the little moves, like. But
Everything
people don't pay
about the little
attention
moves.
to that, like,
They
because
don't.
it's so little and they don't think nothing is changing, because nothing is really changing. But if you do it consistently, like how you said, if you have the discipline,
but see, no, something is changing though.
What?
If you look at it every day, you see that you got up every day and you work towards it.
Yeah,
that's changing.
That comes over time though, and
It
people
does.
quit. People quit though.
People do quit,
Yeah.
but the thing is, stay focused on your discipline. See, that waking up every day is your discipline.
For sure.
Working 9 to 5 and working towards your dreams every day is the discipline. When you got family, when you got things to do every fucking day, after you come out of 9 to 5, whatever it is you have to do that you feel like is important to you, you have to do. You still have to make this a priority.
It's just like Mike Tyson said, like self-discipline is doing something that you hate, but doing it like you love.
Of course.
It has to be.
Because like you have to do
It
it.
has to be. You want to change your life, guess what? You have to do that.
Yeah,
Simple.
nobody gonna come save you, and that's where people get, like how you said, people get like trapped up into the safety net of like, yo, the faith and stuff like that. And I'm Christian, like I don't want to talk crazy, but like,
Yeah, but
I can see why people buy into that. I can see that.
Well, people do buy into that because again, they want to keep that faith. But
Yeah,
that
you
faith,
definitely gotta go get it.
You gotta get it. You gotta throw actions with that faith, and we just keeping it real. Nothing works without actions. That's it.
Yes.
God will put you in a space that you need to be in, but it's up to you to make that work.
Yeah, and it's time management too. Like that's what like.
And time management.
Yeah, they be saying like time management is really like the most expensive thing that you really have, like time management.
What do we want to do? You want to sit? We want to come from 9 to 5 and watch Netflix? I'm just saying, you want to watch Hulu? You want to watch Amazon? What are we doing? Like, you want to be a consumer to social media and just keep scrolling and watch other people do their shit? Yeah. Or you want to actually take that time to do your own shit? You know what I'm saying?
If you do actually want to do, and if you do actually want to do that type of stuff, subscribe and watch us every week because we drop every Tuesday.
That is definitely true. I'm with you on that. Thank you, sir. I'm definitely with you. Off the Experience Podcast on YouTube. like share, you feel me? All that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that.
People get it though. They'll get it.
But for sure, but we want y'all. We need y'all to start building your shit and working on yourself, because guess what? When it's retirement, they're going to push that shit to 70 something, whatever this shit is. As sometime come, we're going to be fucked. if we can't take over our own fucking destiny, our own lives,
Yep.
we're gonna be fucking in the long run. That's just my message to y'all. I do have a 9 to 5. I'm not sitting here talking about I don't have one, but guess what?
You got a good 9 to 5.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, because there's nothing wrong with a 9
There's
to 5.
nothing wrong with 9 to 5. Thank you for
Like,
that. Be
at
clear.
all.
There is nothing. My 9 to 5 is actually funding my future. Right? Let's keep that clear.
That's how you're supposed to use
That's
it.
how you're supposed to utilize your 9 to 5. Fund your future. And that's how you're going to win out here. But know what you're doing and go at it. Simple. 100%. And if you don't know where to start, I'm going to tell you right now, just fucking start.
Yo, you know what's crazy? So like,
Just start.
I'm at work and stuff like that. And I'm talking to a guy, and I work at a gym and stuff. So I'm talking to a guy, and like he's just trying to like talk to me about my mental, see what I'm trying to do and stuff. So I'm just telling him like I'm like I want to do something like creative, like something like I couldn't even put it in words because like my stuff is just rigidly. So it's just like he was like, you got to just do it then. Like literally just saying that, he's like, bro, you talking, you got to just do it. Like
Just do it.
Like how he asked me like, yo, what's the first step you need to do it? And then once I told him the first step, he was like, all right. Like
There you go.
and it's funny
you
because,
got it.
It's funny because Dame Dash, you be talking like that. Like he told Steven Jackson, he was like, yo, what you want to be? He was like an actor and stuff like that. He was like, you got cameras, so go act. And it's just so simple, but it's like got so much power towards it. So
I
it's
was just gonna say that.
That's it.
Because it's funny how like when you watch like all these other celebrities and everything, and like when the interviewer is asking them like, yo, so like what took you to get here at this spot right now, and then all they say is just just believing in it, and just doing it. Like it's just simple as that. And like I feel like people expect them to say like some more inspirational stuff, but
it's really that simple.
It's not gonna
really
be.
that
It's not gonna be.
Like it's just that simple. Like you
It's
just
not
gotta
gonna
do
be.
it. Like
Consistency.
Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
Whoa.
Nah, that's a fact. Look, I'll be
I'm
honest.
rolling with it.
I've tried different things. He's tried different things. Guess what? It might have, if they didn't work,
you
it
learn.
might work later on.
But you
We
got to remember
learn.
though, the reason why most things like that don't work is because of support.
No, I'm sorry.
That's a safety net.
That's a safety net. I'm
Safety
sorry.
net.
I can see what you're going with
No,
this
no,
at,
no, 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 no.
but I would
Wait,
not
wait,
agree
wait,
in the
wait.
sense of
I
fuck the support.
No,
I don't care about the
I don't mean
support.
it like that. No. I'm sorry,
I
guys.
don't care.
No. I don't mean it like that. I mean it like business wise. I don't mean it like support from fans or anything like that. Now, look. Now, if you're in a business with someone else and they lack the support, what's the point?
I don't get
Like
it.
their work ethic is
I
not
don't
the
get
same
it.
as yours.
Basically,
Like,
like if
highlight
I'm
me.
putting more
Highlight me.
effort into the work, what's the point?
Or like business partners and
That's
stuff
what
like
I'm saying. I'm not talking about support from the audience or support from your
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about support as a business.
Well,
wise.
I would think that as a business partner, a person themselves will feel like, yo, fuck everything else. I'm gonna match whatever energy that other person is doing.
Everybody's like that, but we will get into that in another
But
episode.
no, I'm
Like
saying
that, but I
not
understand that's
everybody.
that competitive nature. It's that competitive nature.
And cool. It's cool to be competitive to say, yo, fuck it. Like, oh, he's doing that.
No, it's not me versus you, but competitive towards like, yo, we got to get this goal.
No, yeah,
Like, we're trying to crack
we,
it.
we, we,
Yeah.
gonna match.
All right.
Yours is not gonna be higher than mine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something, okay, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna start doing now.
Take it to the next level.
To start taking it to the next level.
All right, so
then you're gonna figure out later on, like, okay, damn, shit. That's building something up, which is not against each other. It's working with each other,
sure.
as people want to see it, right? Like, or as people don't want to see it, right? So yes, I understand that, but nah, fuck that. The support, it just in the sense of fuck the support. Just you do what you do. Yes,
That's
it could
true,
be
man.
detrimental.
Dig it,
It could be detrimental to
There's a
a
but to it,
person.
though.
I feel like
Real quick.
Go ahead.
It could be a detrimental to somebody to not have support, and it might weaken them for sure. It might weaken them, but now it's on you to not let that affect you and keep saying fuck that. They're not there with it. I'm going with it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, but there's other shit to that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it
That's
is what
a
it is.
different
You
topic.
feel me? It's just what it is, bro.
That's a different topic from what we were actually going through on that one.
No, but it not. It is, but it's not
ties
really
in.
because it ties in. Because with a 9 to 5, people feel like I got a job. Cool. They so comfortable with that 9 to 5 still that it's like, okay, if somebody else say some shit, then all right, fuck it. I got a 9 to 5.
No,
I'm safe. So
no.
I'm listening to everybody else saying something.
Like I don't have to be the embarrassment of like, oh look,
exactly.
I failed.
But you see, I'm
right.
not-
But I'm still comfortable because I have a 9 to 5. Nah,
Safety
bro,
net.
that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm not doing that.
I
I'm not doing that.
I never had it in perspective that way. That's why I said we
All
should
right,
take
so
this into another
let's
episode
clear
or
it though,
something
because
like
it shouldn't be.
No, because that's what I'm saying. I
Of
would love
support, period,
I
like-
would love to explain it more, but like I
No,
said,
explain it though. Like it shouldn't be like support. Support shouldn't be. I don't think support
See, now,
support should be
all right.
in that sense of support.
No, meaning like, all right, I might have a certain drive compared to somebody else. All right,
Understood.
now, if we in this together, it should be equal, right or wrong.
Yeah, I would hope.
All right, cool. So now, if I'm more into it than you are, right? Why do I have to continue? And then I want to take over really what's really going on, right? I really want to take over, but you're not giving up. You're not giving up your side. So now I got to continue getting higher than where you at because I want to outshine your fucking self.
Nah,
Yeah,
then there's a
1v1
problem.
world.
Exactly. So that's what I'm
Man
saying.
versus
That's what I'm
man.
saying. So now the support there sucks because now you're like, what the fuck? Now listen. Meaning like you created what you had to create to where you at right now, right? Because you had the support. Now you're doing it on yourself, by yourself. And you're like, wait a minute. I'm doing all the runaround. All you're doing is bare minimum. So what the fuck is the point of me continuing this shit with you if I can do this shit by myself? You know what I'm saying? That's the support I'm talking about.
Understood. So now at that point, guess what?
Holla at me.
No, right. No, at that
the
point,
help,
you're
yeah,
right.
it's
At
the
that
help.
point, you should be like, okay, cool. We're going to have a conversation now because now for you to keep going with that is like, we got to be on the same page. If we can't be on the same page, then what are we actually doing then?
Exactly.
Right? So we have to be on the same goal-minded to say, yo, this is something that, cool, I didn't see it the way you seeing it. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you think. So, cool, I'm with you on that one. Let's go. Now,
Or I'm not with you on that one.
Or I'm not with you. It could be either or.
Because you can still support without like, feel me? Like,
Either or.
That's
Either
the thing
or.
with business too. That's the thing.
But
with
once the
business.
conversation is had,
Yeah.
at that point, something has to be established.
Now the question is, before we go on with this, the question is, how are you gonna feel after you leave the room?
What do you mean? After
Like
the conversation?
Like you should.
I don't think you should feel like taking anything personal.
See, now this is the thing.
I don't.
And it
I
all
think you should.
depends.
No, but I think you should feel like, yo, if we having a conversation of putting it all on the table, then I think as men, as grown as people, we should understand. Shit, let me hold myself accountable. You're right. I'm actually doing this. I'm actually not doing that. I don't feel like I'm doing this. Why do you feel like I'm doing this? Explain to me. Okay.
You know, can I give you a
Boom.
prime example so maybe the viewers and we can all
Yeah,
understand?
go ahead.
And it's actually a personal off my experience.
Okay, good plug.
So right, so like how we was telling, just to wrap it all around too, like how we was telling about our addiction and stuff, right? So while I was going through myself probably like a year and a half ago, me and him, like this, everywhere we went, we played ball, we went to school, we did anything, bro, everything. So while we was getting older, like a year and a half ago, I seen the distance is a little weird. So I'm like, damn. I was like, we ain't never stopped chilling like that before, feel me?
Right.
And I'm like, damn. So like, and my subconsciously, you start blaming the other person, or not just him, like people in general. So like, you just like, feel me? Like, fuck them. They want to show me, they'll
You
hit
feel
me
like
up.
it's just them,
Yeah,
right?
like,
It's not even you.
if you want to show me, y'all hit me up, feel me? So then, while I'm going through that young phase, because I'm probably like 20, 21 at the time, while I'm going through that 22 maybe, while I'm going through that young phase, like, like I said, I'm blaming people and stuff like that, and then it hit me. Like, yo, like again, like treating with girls too. Like I said, it hit me. I'm like, oh, maybe it's me. Like, what if if I'm calling everybody crazy? If everybody's crazy to me, that means I gotta be a little crazy.
Accountability.
Yeah, feel me? Like, you gotta look at yourself. You gotta say that, bro. And it's just like, once I realized that, I'm like, oh, he's on some like, he really trying to mature, and I'm still on this like, you know, this is what we doing on now, like in the moment type thing. So it's just like, come on, man. Like, and then you get better and stuff like that. You get better and stuff like
What I
that.
was talking about though.
Nah, it's kind of because
You just gotta match. If you have the same
I get what
goal,
you saying,
it all
though. I
comes
get
down
what
to
you're saying.
accountability. Whether the situation is different, it
Yeah.
all comes down to accountability to
course.
say, yo, you're right.
yeah, it comes down
Like,
to
you're
this.
right. I understand why you're doing that.
Yeah, like if you and your business partner got the same goal, like how me and him
That's
had the
the
same
shit.
goal, which is funny, but we say just two Puerto Rican kids trying to come out the hood. But he's moving a little different because my goals ain't matching up with his. I can't fault him for that. But if I'm still trying to pursue that goal with him, because that's my real right man's, the way he proved it to be, like, all right, like something's up with me, feel me?
Yeah.
And it's just, we right back on task. We
Yeah,
right
but-
back to the goal.
All right. I
No, say what. No,
It's cool, man. No.
Yeah, nah, because I just feel like any situation, like as long as the accountability is there, and you do because you don't have to agree with what it is.
Don't, yeah.
You don't have to for sure.
The goal is the goal.
But the goal is the goal. So if the goal is, yo, all right, cool, this is where we headed to. Shit, you're right. Like it's just, at the end of the day, it's just like. Understand, like you either wrong or you're right. You're gonna choose to tell the person you either wrong or you're right.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's to live with your truth.
I mean, all I gotta say is to each his own. It's a different thing for everybody.
No, for sure. Yeah, everybody got different perspectives.
Yeah, that's what I'm
things.
saying. Well, what I'm saying is a little different from what you guys are saying, but that's different.
No,
what
you was trying to say then?
Yeah, so what
I
is
don't want to get into
no,
it, to be honest with you.
Nah, it's like
Because we're
the
already
help.
getting into much of the
it's
whole
like
thing.
Yeah, it's like the help
Man, we
like,
rolling.
behind it.
rolling.
Exactly what I'm
It's the
saying.
help behind it. You feel me? Because it's like, and you said business wise, right? Like business wise, like the help and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like, we talk about 9 to 5. So you got employees, right? And then you got your self employed, and then you got your company and everything. So it's like when you self-employed, you want to do everything on your own and all that. Like you kind of get selfish. Like you don't need nobody. You feel like you don't need nobody else and everything. But it's like at the same time to like lift each other up and everything, and to really get to the spot that we need that help. Like we need to like stick together and everything, and just rise above everything else. Like so, I get what you're saying and everything.
Which is I understand that. But the thing is that at the end goal is that.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
but-
the end
no,
goal.
No,
We all
you're
gotta
right
come
because
together
to
to
get
to
there
that goal.
is
no, you're
what we
right.
have to-
No,
we have
you're
to
right.
do.
But you're saying the accountability that you have to accept, which is true.
Everybody
but
has to have
no, you're right.
accountability.
But if one is already up here and you're still here, because I'm up here and I'm telling you, yo, bro, I'm throwing you the rope. Like, come up, nigga, come up with me. But you're still here.
It's up to you to take the rope and go up and get
I'ma
on
take
it.
that rope
You got to
and
take that rope
flick it up,
because
and
at the
then
end
I'ma
of
climb
the
myself
now,
up.
at the end of the
See,
day,
now, all right. So
if somebody giving somebody the rope, right? Cool.
And they
the,
not
the
grabbing
answer
it.
is there. I'm giving you the rope. What do you do now?
Yeah, but
because
this
I
is-
could give you the rope.
All right.
Then what are we doing?
Now we're going a different route again.
Now we
Let's
not.
stick to the business route. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, go
The
ahead, go
Business.
ahead.
I can't do this business without you. You're the left hand.
No, we could do
to
the business without
No, listen to me. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not listening to
Go ahead,
me.
go ahead.
You're the right hand to the body, bro.
Right.
I need you to make sure that I'm actually gonna do things the right way. So if I'm sending you the rope. Come up with me. At least a little.
Yeah.
To show that you're gonna do a little effort, like, all right, let's go. We're gonna go. Now I can pull up a little bit more
They say
because
we
you
need-
showed that little.
And they say we need people like that as far as like being like mentors or teachers and
Exactly.
everything. Because it's like even in life too in general, like they be like, in order to be a teacher, you also got to be a student and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like to become a better teacher. I mean, wait, was it?
And to become a better student.
Yeah, to become a better student, you also got to be a better teacher and everything. Because now you could teach somebody else, like, all right, look, this is how I got here, or like this is how I do things to get here.
But
Yes.
understood.
And this is why I tell people now, look, break it down. A lot of people got to remember in a business venture, and this is coming from my wife too, you got to remember, morals and principles are totally different from rules and regulations. If you understand the business rules and regulations of how we're going to run this, then your morals and principles come along with it, and you'll be like, you know what? You're right. Let's do it. Boom. Because I know how the business is really going. Yeah. I'm talking on a business venture.
Yeah, but
and the reason why I say this is because of the experience that I've had from doing a 9 to 5 and doing things out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a moral and thing is you understand how business is, but if it don't align with your morals, then you're not doing it.
No, you're right. But that's
Simple.
why you have to understand the rules and regulations of your business.
Right.
So once
that's
you understand
one thing besides
that,
your morals. Because you can say the podcast could be okay, this is what we need to do to build a podcast. But guess what? I can say, yo, let's go viral. We're gonna talk some wild, nasty shit. But if it doesn't align with your morals, then we're not doing it. Then you're not doing it.
But
period.
no, but that's the thing. Now you have to accept that for your morals to be accepted. Now what
You
you're
gotta
getting-
accept- that's what
it's
I'm trying to
true.
say. Yeah, okay.
I understand that. So if I'm stepping into this, then I have to accept that. That
Understood.
what I'm stepping into, all my morals have to be accepted or included to the rules and regulations of what I'm getting into.
Yes,
Hence to what I'm saying about the business. If I'm telling you, look, this is the way the business is gonna go. We're gonna do this, that, and the third. It's gonna flow, my nigga. We're gonna have money. We're gonna do this, then the third. And your morals are not with that. And you say, well, I already put this amount of money in it. I don't think I should do this much anymore. That's where it's fucking me up now. Like, all right, now you're not really in it now. You know what I'm saying? You're not all the way in it, mixing your morals into the rules and regulations of the business. That's what I'm trying to say.
I just feel like that's a personal situation.
Yeah.
If you want to say, I'm not
you
really
posted
in
a
it.
good-
Like
you posted a good story on your Instagram the other day. You was like, oh, you have to know when to cut people off.
yeah.
If you're not aligned with, this is my life. If you're not aligned with my destiny and stuff like that, sadly.
Well, destiny we agreed on.
Yeah,
because
but
everybody
let's say
wants
you're
a
not
better
putting in
life.
the work
like,
though. You're not putting in the work to do it.
That's
I have to
the
cut
part
you
right
off
there.
because I have to get there. I have to get there. And if you holding me back, like
It's kinda
that's
like you
selfish
slowing
on
them
you.
down, yeah, like you kinda
like you
slowing
slowing me
somebody
down. You
down,
being
like-
selfish.
So that's what I'm saying. So going to your thing, if it's a rope throwing you, because somebody could be here and somebody could be here.
Facts.
All right. So yeah. So as far as like we were saying before, like with the rope, it's just whole getting on. It's just straight down. Bottom line is accountability. You get the rope thrown at you. If you're accountable enough to understand that, and you're gonna go and you want to be on the same level, then that's just what it is. Basically, the moral of the story is you work in a 9 to 5. It is a job, but if you want to create your own wealth, your own legacy, your own empire, whatever you want to work for yourself, you have to work around your 9 to 5. It ain't easy. It's tough, but it takes work, and it is fucking worth it. All right. But so with that said, we're gonna end this here.
you
Right.
go.
You already know.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Thank you guys for being here, for being a guest.
Yes, sir.
All right. You already know. Give thanks to that man above. All right. Peace, bless, love. I fucked up, but hey, he know what I mean. Give thanks to that man above. You feel
Live,
me?
love, and
Love that
prosper.
intro.
Let's go.
Love that intro. The best intro ever.
It's a wrap.
Top 5.
Top 5. Dead or alive.